Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Zach. I'm assistant engineer at Amazon, where we manage a ton of many machines. I'm sure most of you have had some sort of OS change where you've had to require some manual intervention by your users. Hopefully, most of us automate that where we can. A great example of this for us was with macOS Ventura. Apple upgraded to OpenSSH 9.0 after a while, and also included a change where SHA-1 keys were no longer working by default. Good on them. Instead, they replaced it with a modern ECDSA key. Never going to be able to say that in one take. So given this sort of change, how do you contact your users? How do you inform them of a change that's going to break something when they upgrade? Depending on your org size, something like this may be simple email, a wiki page, Slack notifications, many Slack notifications, repeated many Slack notifications. See a theme here. Are they going to read them? Probably nope. So I love that Rebecca called out get your comms team involved. That is an excellent call out. If you have contacts in them, use them. If you don't, build those contacts. We do know all folks will not read these. Some will, some won't. So what's the solution? What have others done for this? Well, let's take a look at some examples, right? Apple has notifications. They use them for everything. You log in for the first time, you're bombarded by a million new login items. You'd have an upgrade pending. You get these. Most of these, though, can be hidden during a focus mode. Very commonly used feature during meetings. One users can control with custom focuses now. They can also be dismissed incredibly easy. Thankfully for software updates, this is improving with declarative management. This is great for coming up with to do your updates, but not informing them of an important piece of information about said upgrade. Let's look at another prominent example of prompting users to do their updates. This should be familiar. This is Nudge. If you haven't seen Nudge, this is Nudge. It's great. Many people have deployed it. It's one of the top ways to inform your users, right? It alerts the users of pending update and gets out of their way. Many orgs have implemented this or something similar, and it works pretty well. It's a great model, there when it needs to be, but otherwise informs and gets out of the way. That's why I wrote revision 1 of the tool that I'm talking about, Upgrade Watcher. You'll notice this is nowhere to be found open source for a reason. It was quick, it was scrappy, there was an urgent timeline. See again the Ventura update. Choices were made, some of them were very incorrect. Perfect example, version handling sucks. If you haven't ever written code around this, don't. Go to some sort of library or some example from someone else and use theirs because it's probably done better. Every update, as an unfortunate cause of that, would show the same information again and again and again. 14, 14.1, 14.2, 14, same updates. It didn't have any caching whatsoever. So, hey, if you download the update and you have an update in the middle of a note in network, blank dialogues. It was great. JSON also really sucks for handling large multi-line instances and markdown information. So with the time around Swift Dialog 2.3.0 came out, adding markdown support. Thank you, Bart. We switched it over to using Python's packaging module for vastly improved version handling when we rewrote this. Why try and reinvent when you have a massive set of wheels already out there? Been written by better people than myself, and it works better. Added benefit of this, it gave us the ability to use specifier sets. Specifier sets are incredibly powerful. You can easily scope what OS applies for what message. We added preference handling for user and tracking for seen and unseen messages. No more of the same message after every single update. Caching of the markdown documents for messages, as well as a actual schema to handle the messages. And yes, we rewrote it into using YAML. Don't at me. I know there's a big crew of XML, YAML, JSON, TOML. Yeah, no. So how does it work, right? So for the dialogues, we use Swift Dialog. It's our gold standard that we're using now. We are now moving to Outset v4. Again, thank you to Joe and Bart both for Outset v3 and Outset v4. It has made our lives a lot easier. We use S3 and CloudFront for delivery and global availability. Again, not talking on why we should use AWS over any others. If you have a service that makes it available, use it. The big thing is just make sure it uses eTag, which is a pretty common standard now. We also added a code pipeline to automate stages for our messaging. And yes, like I said before, message document is written in YAML. Makes things a lot easier and a lot clearer when you're looking at a large document with multiple messages to write in native Markdown and just use a pipe to carry the new lines. So let's show a quick little demo on some things. As you can see, I was playing with some things earlier. Oh, right, it's a separate message. Give me a second while this sets up. Okay, hello there. So first demo, we're going to show a message. The way this is working is, like I said, with Outset triggering this, you have your user that gets passed in by Outset v4, which was a change from Outset v3. Much better change, worked out long term. I'm using some test flags that I've added to specify a offline message file and the OS version that I'm upgrading to, right? Ta-da! Right in your face, you can't get out of it. There's a timer. One of the nice features that I added is that we have a timer for every single dialogue. This can be changed in the specification. If it times out, we catch that and we mark it as not seen. So that if someone, I don't know, does their upgrade, walks away, go gets breakfast, comes back, it's sitting there and they haven't seen it, it'll show the next time they log in. For example, we have all our markdown information right then and there. Clear, concise, you can move it, you can use it, and you can copy and paste, thanks to fixes by Bert. So, knowledge. All right. What happens if we log in again in the same OS version though? Hey, we don't see it again because, as you can see, it has been seen officially. Version number 3 of the message has been seen. So let's upgrade to 14.0. I wish I could control the speed on this. Unfortunately, I cannot. We don't see the 13.0 message, even though it would have been in scope. We've already seen it. Now we have our 14 info. Just some basic information about showing the click to show desktop, our aerial wallpapers, and the screen share menu bar icon. These are some ones that a lot of people have identified with Sonoma that were annoyances more than anything, but information nonetheless. And my favorite, which we keep one that we always update to whatever the next OS version number will be, whether we have the name or not. And that'll be, in this case, 15. We do have people who like to get around our abilities to control the beta, and occasionally they'll go to machines that are not yet approved for that. And so this is what they get when they log in. So yeah, just a quick little, hey, by the way, you're unsupported, good luck, have fun. And that's that. Let me switch back, get Keynote back up. All right. So where can you get it? AWS samples, Amazon UpgradeBuddy example. For now. You'll notice it's under samples. It's a little odd, ain't it? I'll answer that with one simple image. Lawyers. I'm sure if anybody's done open sourcing with big corps, this can be a hassle. Even if there's nothing notable, nothing new, it can be sometimes of a little bit of a situation where, hey, we got to go through the months-long process to get it approved. Unfortunately, did not get it approved by MacDevOps. So yeah, questions, comments, concerns, trash talking.
When's lunch? That's awesome. Questions?
Is it lunchtime?